All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, everybody? It's the ESL Pro League here. We're back with the second day of the third week, and it's Penta and ESC, the first two teams to fight it off. So, how are you guys doing? Semler and Vendetta, you're both here tonight. What's up?
Not much. Excited to get this game underway. I mean, we've got two best of three, so a lot of CS to get through. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it will. And, I mean, actually, this first match is I think, a really hard one to predict. So I do predict good Counter-Strike, but I think, guessing the winner is going to be a little bit more tough. Semler, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. Been just looking forward to these best of threes we got lined up for tonight. Two ESL matches, two of them, I think, to determine who's going to be moving on to the main event. So it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, actually, we can just take a look at that. I'm trying to figure out exactly where we are in the brackets here. So elimination matches, yeah, that's where we're at. So ESC and Penta to get knocked out or move on. That's basically it. And yeah, best of three format is also nice, so that we are. There's not just like a coin flip, win one of your best maps and that's it. Maybe you get to move on. It's a tough competition here. And I mean, yesterday, Dignitas House moved on to the LAN finals. 3D Max took a step further. They're not quite there yet. They haven't played their deciding match yet. But some interesting stuff. And it's always good when you have Dignitas House on LAN. That has to feel good. Vendetta, you were out working yesterday, which is bad. But now you're back here with us. So I mean, what do you think about this game? Who's your do you have like a favorite team between these two?
Yeah, I do. Even last time I was here, we talked about ESC and how well they've been doing, and they've gotten to the point where they can't really be looked upon as the underdog team or the team that out of nowhere comes to surprise already well-known teams. But I'm still gonna have to favor Penta, and this is something we talked about because we talked about this actually, the three of us. The lineup changes that happened in Germany not too long ago, which obviously Penta was a part of, and I really like this team. I think this is probably the best foot that the Germans could put forward, and I think they're going to do pretty well for themselves. And the previous lineup obviously did pretty all right for themselves at DreamHack.
All right. Well, before we talk any further, let's just actually take a look at the players involved here. So for the Penta team that Vendetta thinks maybe has a bit of an edge, it's Crystal, it's Struxy, then it's Spitty, and then it's Nex. And I would say Nex is the key man here, in my opinion. For ESC, it's Innocent, Sparrow, Mouse, Minis, and Rallen, the Polish team. And I actually think this is, like, both teams are really, really exciting to watch. They play fun Counter-Strike, and they're more and more confident every time we see them, so that's really great. Semler, which side are you on, the Polish or the German side? Oh, okay.
True neutral.
No, yeah, moments of hesitation here, actually. I feel like it really is an even match between these two.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give ESC the edge, actually.
Yeah, I'm on that boat too. I can't exactly explain why, because I mean, the things that you mentioned about Penta are all true, but there's some here at ESC, they're just a hard team to predict, and for some reason I just want to throw down with them. Can't explain why.
I suppose we can say, well, no, man. Penta is a team that made it out of the groups at DreamHack Winter. I suppose that can be an edge. It is one of those gut feeling moments, and I just, every time we have these gut feeling moments now, I just think of Thorin face palming, because that's every time we're on a panel together, and he's like, I'm going to go with these guys because of the hard-hitting stats. And then Anders and I are just like, well, I think it's going to be these guys because I've got a feel. And guess what, Thorin? That's right. 9 times out of 10, we got it.
Yeah, where's the science? Where's the statistics? I don't know. But,
nah, man, it's all about the almighty power of faith, Anders.
Thorin would appreciate that. I'm absolutely sure of it. Especially the accent you did, which was very, very American. He'll be happy about that. So the betting situation over at CSGO Lounge was about 40% for ESC, 60% for Penta, which is actually surprising because usually I feel like the people who bet on CSGO Lounge get it way wrong. But maybe that's not such a bad prediction. 60-40 is still pretty close. If you played 10 of these games, that would mean having to call any one of them would be really unpredictable, and that's kind of what we say, right? You have to, like, either you're right 4% of the time or 6% of the time. It's or 4 times out of 6. It's still it's a little bit tricky. So overall, I think this could be a really fun match. I hope it goes to all 3 maps, because that would be that would obviously be the absolute most fun. I'm trying to see the maps they picked here. Cobblestone was removed by Struxy, Inferno removed by Innocent, then Innocent or ESC picked Mirage, Dust 2 was picked by Penta, then Cash goes out the window, ESC not wanting to play that, Overpass is removed by Penta, and then Nuke gets to be the third and deciding map. So actually that's a really cool lineup, isn't it? Mirage, Dust 2, and Nuke. And I think actually a lineup of maps that maybe favors ESC just a tiny bit, in my opinion, just a tiny bit. But I guess we'll find out. I will switch it over to the game just so that we have something else to look at. And not that it's really quite done yet, and we've got 9 people on the server, so it can't be that much longer before we're ready here. What do you think about the maps, Vendetta? ESC or Penta? Who got the best of it?
I would have to agree with you. I think mainly because Nuke is the third map, I think that benefits ESC because we've seen how strong they are. I'm actually surprised that that isn't their go-to map, but that obviously tells you that they're confident about how they play Mirage. But I'm still going to side with Penta, even though I think the map selection went somewhat in the favor of ESC.
Yeah, I mean, ESC are a really good team on Mirage. But I wouldn't say that Penta are so bad on it and that ESC are so good on it that it's out of the question that Penta could go and win Mirage, and that would kind of screw up the whole prediction. But now that we know the maps, my prediction would be ESC winning Mirage, losing Dust 2, and winning Nuke. But that is by no means set in stone. It could go a different way. But if just out of what I know about these teams, that would be my guess.
Yeah, not a shabby guess at all. I'm actually gonna go with 2-0 for Penta.
Oh, they're going to power through. They're not going to let it get to Nuke.
Yeah, well, it might be close maps. It might be 16, 14, 16, 14 for all I know, but I think they're going to close it out in 2. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that if it goes to third map, then ESC might win it.
I said next as the guy to watch out for Penta. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. He's been on a tear as of late.
Yeah,
he's kind of been the standout star for them, and probably the closest thing the Germans have to a superstar player right now.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Nex was actually picked up as a stand-in for Penta at Home Story, and he was a monster. So maybe a bit of foreshadowing there for them. You know, they're like, wait a second, this guy, he's actually pretty damn legit. Maybe we should try and get him into the actual team instead of just having him as a stand-in here.
Yeah, well, before when he played in Planet Key Dynamics, he kind of carried pretty hard, especially during the EPS finals. Like, he had some absolutely crazy games, and he did a lot for his team for them to actually win the entire thing. So, yeah, he's definitely been on the radar for the German teams, and I guess it was only a matter of time before they kind of grouped up a bit of an all-star lineup within Germany, which I think is what they've ended up with right now.
Yeah, it's a really, really strong team. It's exciting to see. Speedy and Dennis are by no means to be overlooked as well. Struxy has his moments. Crystal is, I think, the most annoying person on this team because he has like a really high skill ceiling, in my opinion, with the AWP as well. But sometimes it seems like he falls lower than... Maybe I just have too high expectations of him, but I really feel like I always want to see Crystal do extremely well, and whenever he falls a little bit lower than that level, I always get like a little bit frustrated. I'm like, come on, Crystal, I know you can do better than this. Who would you guys say is the guy or guys to watch out for ESC on the ESC on the Polish side?
For me, it's one guy who stands out in particular, and that's Minis.
Minis? Okay, I was going to go with Innocent. Alright, Minis.
Minis for me. Oh, you're allowed to have a different opinion.
No, man, we have to like hive mind here. We have to be together on this.
We rehearsed
why do you go for Minis?
We rehearsed this beforehand. Why are you guys screwing it up, man?
Seriously, follow the script, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't get the notes, you know, the final edit. But yeah, Minis is, he's been impressive, and I guess I've gotten more exposure to him, seeing how he has been one of the guys who played for VP whenever they've had to use a stand-in, that type of thing, so I've seen more of him than I have of the other ESC members, and he's been playing well pretty much every time I've seen him on a server, and that's kind of why I lead towards him, and he seems to come up big for them at any given time.
Hold on, I'm going to put this call on hold real quick, guys. 2 seconds.
Fair enough, do that. No, but I think I would say the talent is quite spread out across the ESC team. We've seen Rallen, Mouse, and pretty much everyone else on this team, Sparrow as well, step it up at any one moment. So I would say Maybe just a fraction less superstar power on ESC, but I would say they're more evenly spread. Like, they all perform more consistently. So it could end up at roughly the same, but it is hard to deal with if Nex and just one other guy goes completely off the charts. So I guess we're back at square one then, just with it being hard to predict. What's up, Sam?
Never mind, it was a false alarm.
All right, fair
Sorry,
enough.
bro.
Well, the match is live in 90 seconds, I've been told. So with factoring in for a bit of delay, that means we've got, maybe 2 minutes, and then we should be good to go. I just saw someone typing in the chat that they're in love with the Coco, which means Rennie's awful habit is somehow spread into the Twitch chat. That's disturbing.
The what?
You haven't heard him say that? Every
No.
time I play matchmaking with Rennie, who's the guy from Girls' Generation, if anyone has seen some of those British matches going on.
I think you need to specify that
he-
GG in this case is not the K-pop.
Oh yeah, it's
girl
not the
group.
K-pop. They just wish they were, but
Yeah.
it's close to. I mean, they're not very manly people, but still. And every time he dies, he says that. And I'm not going to pretend to do it because it's like some sort of Rasta song going on there, but I'm just going to ignore it. It's become a thing, and now the whole chat spamming Coco. Well played, guys. I don't know.
It's almost
I've
as
been
if
gone
you
for
told
too
them
long.
to.
I've been gone for too long.
Yeah, obviously. Well, that's changed, hasn't it, Ben? Because you've been playing... I mean, I'm almost afraid to say you've been playing World of Warcraft. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
just
have.
like- that's the dark side, man.
Yeah, I've fallen deep into the dark side, actually.
But now you're back.
Yeah, just gradually getting back to it. So, been trying to live on a DM server for the last 2 days. Gonna try to do that for the next couple of months and see what happens. That's gonna be fun and dreadful at the same time.
See, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Now, even better, to get us in the right mood for going and deathmatching later on, we have ESC and Penta. Here is the ESL Pro League. A big welcome to all of you here. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anders, with me is Semler, and also Vendetta. Normally, we'd be at Room on Fire hanging out. Now, we're hanging out with ESL, who've put on this really cool league. It's the Winter Edition, which also tells you that maybe, more could be coming up in the new year, which is just starting up with so much cool Counter-Strike. Knife round to begin with. It's a best-of-3 game just starting now. If you're just joining, it's the perfect timing, and... we're going to be starting on Mirage, as you can tell. Knife round, maybe not the most crucial, but because these teams are so close and, because there's so much on the line here, you want to get the best start possible, and maybe... No, can't just stamp Speedy like that. He's going to take down Sparrow at the end, which will leave Penta on the CT side. So, any pistol round you'd like to see from ESC here, any way to win it? I mean, in matchmaking, it'd be straight rush B, right? But this is a little bit more sophisticated.
I'm actually... I saw something... Penta did during the warm-up towards B that I'm kind of hoping we'll see in the pistol round, which is basically just a boost on top of the bench at the backside of B, so you can spot in. You can have a two-man boost there or two-man tower and spot far into the B apps. I'd be interested to see that, if that's something they've planned to set up and if ESC are actually going to walk into it.
Well, I will keep an eye. They are running 2 people here, Strux and Nex. Are we going to see it? Did you spot something cool?
Seems like they're not doing it as of right now.
But they are still holding
with you, Ben.
But they are still holding a different variation, because having 2 people this far up B is pretty weird, because now they have nobody short, which means if they lose mid-control with Crystal here, things could get ugly, and it may be that the terrorists are going to actually boost in window here, so Crystal kind of has to stay alive. If he dies, it's going to be ugly, but he gets a great shot onto Sparrow, and now the game is definitely live.
Now it's looking like it's going to be the 8 split, but Dennis is in a great position in CT. He's given Crystal a warning, so Crystal knows that somebody's coming at him CPL. Dennis is still alive. This is looking fairly decent here. Penta, they're still weathering this out, despite the fact that it's 3v3. The bomb hasn't been planted yet.
No, and that's the big problem with the aim bomb site here. Taking it is one thing. Getting the space to put down the bomb is not so easy. They have the smokes, but they've used all of them. Oh, great shot from Miniz there. That's very important. Now they have the man lead. They just need to do something with it. Dennis still on CT. Spawn. Struxy goes down. It's all on Dennis. He's going to be dropped, and it's Miniz and Mouse to pick up a double kill each. I actually thought Penta was getting the better of that fight. Ven, what happened at the end?
Well, Penta were in a prime position to actually take that round, with Crystal picking up the first frag and Dennis picking up the second one as they came through connector. That should have been it. There were no reason for Penta to actually play aggressively or try to get more picks, because as you said, ESC had no way of actually getting the bomb down. They hadn't created enough space, so they had to come charging after the Penta members, but Next did a bit of a mistake, which was speaking too aggressively in connector from mid, and got caught out, and after that, everything just kind of snowballed in the wrong direction for Penta.
We've had this discussion before. When you're up against an sort of forced-up eco round like this one, where you have a scout and, you know, body pistol, is it better to go slow or fast? If you go slow against the scout, you could end up having half your members on 30 health. If you go fast, maybe you're going to run into a stack, so it's like a give-and-take situation. And they end up going pretty slowly, actually walking all the way up to connector, and once they engage, they get all the kills on the Polish side, except for the end here, where Nex showed just exactly what he's made of, getting those 2 kills and almost a third one on Sparrow. Really dangerous. Innocent with a triple in return, and that's it.
That was really heartbreaking, though, because that wouldn't have happened. Like, the second kill on Rollin wouldn't have happened unless because Rollin stepped in front of his teammate. So I believe it was Sparrow who was about to just knock Nex out of next week, and then Rollin steps right in front of him, so you can see him jerk, like, I can't shoot, and there you go, Rollin dies. Bad.
Oh, no.
Sometimes that's the way it goes, though. Nex is grinning, at least.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's going to give them a little bit of confidence and maybe a little bit of money to work with. Crystal has saving for an AWP. You can see he's got 3,500, so he's going to be picking that up. No big surprise. Spitty not really able to see anything. He's being shot in the back as well. He's going to get Sparrow down, and some good return kills coming in. This shouldn't be a problem for ESC. They're up against unarmored targets, but they are actually losing a lot of members. Mouse dropping low as well. What's happening?
What is going on? That was total confusion. That was like the perfect flash, essentially, that opened everything up, and Penta came out ahead. They're on the hunt now as well. I mean, Crystal's got an AK to work with. This is actually pretty good. There's another AK that Spitty's going to be able to pick up if he wants to, but it looks like they think that this is going to be a B push on Penta's side. They're already rotating at least Crystal onto the other side of the map right now.
Oh, man.
He's going to be in the perfect position, actually, regardless of what happens here.
If they walk into Crystal now, how can he not at least get 1 kill? Especially if Mouse is the guy he's not leading. He's not the guy leading, but Rallen could go down by 2 clicks anyway, so this is going to be really tough here. Crystal's in a prime position to seal this round. That would be a big upset. Mouse is going to get shot down. Crystal walking up here, spraying through, and is going to get the kill on Rallen. It's a nice triple kill from Crystal. The flashbang winning the round. That's incredible.
Yeah, the flashbang from Crystal over towards the pit area did a ton for Penta right there. Both Speedy and Dennis managed to put out a lot of damage. They only got 1 frag, I think, on the initial flash, but they bought so much time, and ESC more or less got stuck in that tiny area as you get out from A pit, and then nowhere to go after that.
Oh, look at what the Poles are doing now. They have enough money to go for pistol and grenades. No armor, but they just want to firebomb their way in here. Smoke off CT spawn and connector. The only one really going to be inside the smoke perimeter is Crystal with an AWP, so that's actually pretty bad. If he gets smoked off here and doesn't get away, the pistols can actually get him. Like the position that Dennis is taking up here, they just want to get this bomb plant. They need to get this bomb plant down here, ESC, for this to be really worth it. They're already charging in. Dennis just playing inside the smoke, but he gets executed. And now the bomb is going to go down here.
See, this is the problem right now. Crystal has missed 3 shots. And that means 3 guys pretty much have been able to get past 2. And he misses 1 point blank. Sparrow's going to get him with that Tech 9. Luckily, Spitty is in position to be able to stop the bleeding, and ESC are now stuck on the other side of the map, or at least on the other side of the bomb site. But that was definitely ugly.
Yeah, it was. Spitty here. If he goes down, that's actually a little bit scary. Not going to be doing that. Minais, he did have the Molotov, but I'm guessing he doesn't have like a... I'm not really sure you can throw a Molotov that stops this defuse. Would be fun if he could, actually. I would have gone for that. That should actually be a thing. But regardless, Penta will win it back. An expensive round and a really good investment for ESC. And we're back at 2-2. So yeah, that Tech 9 is still... It's so powerful.
It's ridiculous. Actually, most pistols in this game are insanely strong. And I actually think that could have been handled a lot better from Penta. I think Dennis did some of the weirdest stuff I've seen in a good while. I think the initial thing he did with the smokes and flashes and getting towards the shadow area was very well done. But after that, he just charged in, like you said, through the smoke and just kind of started searching for people. That was not the best thing he could have done.
Definitely not. Spitty trying to take some... a blind shot through there. Molotov gets extinguished immediately, but they get the opening kill regardless. Dennis will pick up Minais, and we're off to a good start here for Penta. The German team, all they want right now is building a strong economy. Keep winning rounds, keep making sure ESC don't win them, and then slowly but surely build up that good economy. But at least they have the AWP on Crystal, and he just needs to start hitting some shots, and we're good to go. But Struxy goes down, and it's back to a 4-on-4 here.
Yeah, and that smoke is just about to clear up in Connector now as well, so Innocent can start lurking for real now and just wait to see if anybody's going to go running past to try and check CPL. There you go. A free kill, but he misses it. Dennis will come out ahead instead.
Rallen going to go down. Second shot not quite hitting there from Crystal. One's jumping down. That's a nice flick, though, from the AWPer. And in the end, Mouse will get dropped. No bomb being planted that round. And only the one kill happening on Strux. What was the plan for ESC? Because they seemed almost a little bit aimless that round, just kind of wandering around.
Initially, it seemed like they wanted to, well, more or less do what they ended up doing, which is go towards the B-bomb site. And I think the fact that Innocent got picked up in Connector didn't do a lot for them, really, because he would have been the guy to pick up rotations from Penta, really, when they put pressure on B. But that never happened, and Innocent was kind of figured out way before ESC were in a position to actually do anything towards B, so kind of fell flat everything they planned to do.
Well, we're going to be watching a B push here with the smokes going in already. They're going to land right in front of Nex here. He doesn't care. He's going to hold down Mouse 1 and pick up 2 kills with the AK. 5 bullets left to get a third one, and that's the entire rush instantly evaporated in front of him. I mean, he's the only one left. He's going to go for a shot. He does get Strux down to 6 health, but that's a quad kill from Nex at the end. And he handled that really well. That can be harder than it looks, especially when smokes and flashes are running in, but he did a fine job.
Yeah, it's also a good job of him to not get overexcited, really. A lot of people would have remained, you know, not unhidden, I suppose you could call it, which is a poor way of phrasing it. But yeah, a lot of people would have just kind of stuck out there and not taking cover when they go low on ammo.
Oh, Minis getting shot in the leg. He wants to jump over here. He's trying to see if he can see over the smoke and look for Crystal in the middle. This is such a nice idea for the terrorist side here. The Poles really having done their homework, but they're not going to find Crystal just yet. Now he's up on top of the box. He's waiting. He just wants Crystal to peek, but oh, Strux comes in with the one shot after Crystal had already softened it up, and there's the second follow-up shot on Rallen. Goes down. That was a really good idea from ESC, but a little bit of luck and some really good op shots there, and that's all it took.
Yeah, this also doesn't help that Miles messed up his smoke there to cut off that window. If he hits that smoke, Crystal doesn't peek, and Menace, everybody is still alive. The fact that he misses that one smoke completely shot ESC in the leg that round. Just some mistakes coming out here. Both teams are making mistakes, but ESC are definitely on the losing side here.
This is critical because the money is really starting to grow on Penta's side. If they come out of this round with 5 members alive, that's actually a disaster for ESC. At that point, the Polish team have put themselves in a pretty awkward position, I would say. It's time for them to somehow turn it around, which is easier said than done. I mean, I love the idea that they had in the middle. Boosting up on top like that to look over the smoke is really smart, and it's something that a lot of AWPers will have a hard time dealing with. But damage was already done by the time they were trying to do it. Now, they're obviously just going to be saving here, so I mean, they'll still have an AK and an AWP next round, but still not that cool.
No, that was not the round ESC wanted. I'm actually happy for Penta to see that they didn't actually try to go aggressively on the last 2 guys and kind of just give ESC the opportunity to get back into it. So, seems like they're starting to pull things back again after I think they lost the pistol round somewhat unnecessarily, and I think that's what they're keeping in the back of their heads as they go forward.
Oh, and Minis takes a fight with Crystal and comes out quite a bit on the low end there. AWP bullet to the face is a decisive way to end one's life. Speedy is going to take down Innocent. Dennis moving up close here. Rallen finally with a return kill. They need a lot more, and how to get it, I'm not quite sure. I mean, they've got some grenades. They've got 2 smokes here, but if they go into A right now, there's 3 people waiting. I don't think that's going to work out too well.
There's damn near 4 of them as well. Nex kind of hesitant, but he rotates back to the B site after waiting just a moment there. At ESC, it looks like they want to end up going towards A, at least. They've got those 2 nades that like you mentioned, so they could try and cut up the map a little bit here. Maybe try and block off connector, block off stairs, and just worry about CT. I mean, that could be an option. The only problem is that Crystal is moving back into CT now to hold that line, that straight line across the site, straight into T-ramp. This is going to be brutal for ESC. But there you go, Spiro, he wins the duel.
They need more. They need a lot more, though, because another opening is what they need right now. Speedy or somebody else has to go down quick. Speedy will fall. Struxy coming in. He's going to fall as well. What a great opening from the Polish team. Exactly the kind of round they need now. They just got to hold on and not die to the German superstar here, which is Nex. 1-on-2. He's got a kit, but his face, I mean, you need a really strong forehead to take a shot like that. Rallen will end up with a triple kill, and I mean, then what would have happened if ESC had lost this round? How bad a position would they have been in?
Oh, an absolutely devastating position. They would have had to, well, preferably double eco. Most likely they would have kept to 1 eco, but they would have constantly been in a position where if they keep losing rounds, they won't be able to get more than one buy round for each, or for every other round. And that's a pretty terrible position to be in, as Crystal gets taken out by Mouse. But I think that, again, that's a round that Penta loses. Like, Penta loses the round to themselves there. That's not so much ESC doing something exceptional. Obviously, it's a good job getting picks and whatnot and not dying, but I have no idea what Dennis did. After they got to the 2 initial entry frags, Dennis pushed aggressively into A-Pit for no good reason and just kind of, you know, gave ESC the opportunity to equalize.
Yeah, playing a little bit too individually maybe on the Penta team, not setting up many positions, even just for return frags. So it's a bit of a shame because that could have been the big step ahead here. Next though, we'll take down Sparrow in the return. Speedy falls, leaving Dennis alone at the A-bomb side, and the rest know it. Look at Struxy, look at Next. They're both coming. They're not even wasting any time here, and Dennis is moving forward. I like this idea. If he can catch Rallen, he's spotted the arm there. Rallen has no idea someone's here. He's probably just going to straight die, and that's the bomb now dropped. Smoke goes up as well. Mouse on the other side will fall. Dennis probably about to win the round for his team here, as Innocent is going to go down. Strux with a quick double. That was kind of like a reverse situation. That was ESC's chance to really win it.
Yeah, it definitely was. And that time around, Dennis' aggressive play actually works out. Although they were in a bit of a different scenario with them actually being down a player instead of being up 2. So I like that play a lot more this time around than what I did when they actually had the advantage.
That was very smart play. I like Dennis not just waiting, you know, idly by until somebody came too close for him to do anything, but really taking matters into his own hands. Very often in Counter-Strike, you want to be the guy initiating the fight. It's really hard to be, you know, just passively defending unless you have very specific weapons or angles to hold. And I mean, that angle is not a good angle here in the A ramp to just be holding passively unless you're in a corner. But even then, if 2 people come by, then maybe the best you'll do is trade. And when you're a man down, you're not looking to trade, especially not on the CT side. That can be fatal all on its own. So Dennis really showing some nice play there. 7-3, moving into the 11th round. It's kind of now or never for the Poles. They need 5 rounds at least on this first half here.
This is their map as well. I'm surprised at how difficult it seems to be for them to actually string some rounds together, because they're getting beaten up. This is their map. They're going to go on to Dust 2 next, and that's Penta's. I don't know, Ven might be onto something here. It is maybe a little early to call it, but Penta are looking pretty damn good right now.
They absolutely are. A really strong team, but maybe you cursed them, Semler, because Strux took a shot to the face and is down to 15 health. Speedy, he didn't even survive the shot to the face. He just straight up died. And coming up from behind, though, is Dennis. This could be the apocalyptic moment where he just ends up crushing ESC's hopes and dreams. That would be terrifying for the Polish team, but Dennis is pretty much all alone. It's only one teammate left with him. It's Crystal. Dennis gets a quick double kill, tries to run away, but he will go down. It's now 1-on-3 for Crystal. No bomb plant, but this is a tough position for him to win. He's going to go down. Brave effort from Dennis, but Rallen picking up another triple, and, you know, ESC bringing it back a little bit.
That was definitely a much-needed round for ESC. They're still not quite out of the woods. If they lose this upcoming round, they're probably gonna force up, but it's gonna be a bit of a wonky buy. So Penta definitely have the opportunity to close this out with at least double figures. So ESC probably need 1 or 2 more rounds in a row.
And I totally didn't intend for that to happen, guys. I promise.
Oh, grenade. Nice. I mean, he's taking a little bit of damage. Innocent also being softened up a little bit. This position from Dennis is kind of cool. I wish someone would flash. Oh, actually, yeah, Speedy, look at that. He's at least thinking about it. It would be nice if they could flash over the wall and go and take a quick peek, because Dennis might be a little bit too many people coming through here if he's not careful. No flash yet. Look at Speedy. He's waiting for it.
Look at Innocent.
Oh. He's up here, but he's going to go down. You're right, he had a great position to get the return kill on Dennis, though, but now the rotation is coming in here from Penta. They're so fast, and ESC are running through the smoke, and that's always dangerous. Spitty ducking and standing up. Oh, the grenade, the double kill. It's a perfect touchdown. Strux is going to take care of Rallin and Mouse, leaving it in a 2-on-3. That was the perfect grenade.
That was right on the money. I mean, ESC just getting bogged down, not able to get out of a ramp fast enough. And a nade like that, it's going to wreak havoc. So a double kill there, and Sparrow now in a bit of a tight spot playing from Get right here. The Triangle of Doom is set up. If he tries to cross this point, essentially he's opening himself up to a world of pain. Two guys waiting around the corner. He goes for the flash, but he's going to get dropped on by Strux, who picks up a quad kill in the round without taking a single point of damage.
All right, so a bit of a technical detail. He ended up playing down in Get right here by mistake. He actually wanted to make his jump over onto the stairs here, and he was getting flashed in from ramp, which would have been a really cool idea. That can be a really powerful move. The flashbang sort of pops in the middle, and it flashes people who are in jungle and in connector, and you run down, you take a pick of either one. They're probably both completely flashed, but the fact that he didn't make the jump kind of eliminated their chances of actually doing that 2-on-3. That was really tough.
I think the biggest their biggest opportunity to win that entire round went away with when Innocent probably should have picked up at least one frag, probably two, when he ended up with nothing at all to gain from it, because he got unnoticed all the way up to Horace, and when you get that far, it's kind of a shame to not get anything out of that trip, because he made a far trek from the rest of his team. But look at Dennis now.
He's on an adventure of his own, although he's maybe a little bit late, though. Crystal is doing a good job holding and staying alive. That's all he has to do, and this round is going to be cancelled by... Well, it's already cancelled. Dennis going for the knife, but he's going to get shot down. That's karma, I think.
Yeah.
Bit of a TeamSpeak issue coming up from ESC, so they just have to pause for a quick moment, which gives us a little bit of time. Can they win the next 2 rounds in a row, do you think? Is there a possibility in this for ESC?
There's no pause?
No pause.
No pause, it's all
because it's gonna be next round then, I suppose. Okay, so that probably doesn't increase ESC's chance if they're not able to communicate with each other and they weren't able to get the pause. So and this is a bit of an awkward situation for them to be in, because obviously if they're having communication problems as of right now and this is their 4th spy, then the upcoming round is going to be all kinds of hell for the Polish team, because this is pretty much the round that they bank on getting to. Like this is the round that they want to have succeed, because that gives them an opportunity to do something well in the last round of the first half.
Oh, Manis, is the timing right? He's waiting. Did Strux spot him? Look at this mind game here. Grenade, not quite on your face, but you know, softening up Strux a little bit. I mean, if they lose this round, they've only lost 2 in a row. This would be the 3rd in a row they've lost, so the round loss bonus is not going to save ESC at all. They will have such a bad bye for the 15th round if they lose this one. That will be, a disaster.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to.
Yeah, they have to get a bomb plant for the next round to be anything worthwhile.
Oh, Manis gets the one, but he's not realizing there's one in the corner, but the rest of the team will know, and they're coming in hot. Innocent is here. Have they spotted out anyone else? Spitty goes down. They realize Strux is still up there. Innocent with a great and very important double kill. It's not quite over yet for the Polish team. They could do a little bit more here, but they need that bomb plant. Innocent is the guy in charge. Crystal looking under the smoke, and Innocent trying to do the same. Sparrow with a great and important headshot on next. There's 8 seconds left. Crystal charging through here into Sparrow, and he's going to go down. Double kill for either of the Polish players at the end here, and it's a 9-5. This is a very tense moment, but the Polish team, they're not giving up easy.
They're definitely putting up a fight, and you can see even with the round win, they're gonna have a bit of an issue actually buying up for everyone. It's not gonna be perfect.
Well, they won't have the op. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah,
like, they should have enough to drop for Rollin, or Rollin should be able to get a gun out of this. Midi is just fine. He's gonna be able to get AK, smoke. There you go. That's all he really needs. But Rollin just going straight Tech 9. They don't actually have an AK for him.
They have an
AK.
AK.
They
It's
must
on the
have an
ground.
AK.
There's a pretty one right here. It's the Vulcan.
That's the thing, though. That one round, I mean, that's pretty much as good as it gets for ESC in this scenario. The bomb plant would have been the minimum, but getting the round, now they have a shot at 9-6. And 6 rounds on T side, that's very fine work going into the second half on your map.
That could definitely be worked with, I agree. Smoke's going to go towards the window, but Crystal doesn't care. Oh, grenade! That's a beautiful grenade. That's a combined more than 100 damage. And Strux is following up. That's the money grenade right there. The magic apple, as Guardian would call it, Struxy. And then Crystal with the follow-up. At least they got one return kill, but that's hard to come back from. Look at Minis, he's at 9 health.
That's shattering right there. That's going to just grind everything down to a halt. Mouse has to be careful. He's got the bomb, but he's going to be able to make it out of mid, no problem. We still have Spiro kind of lurking around in B apps right now, but he's just waiting for the smoke to clear. Question is, does he decide to push this? And he's checking the angles, but he's losing teammates in the meantime.
Where Nex is holding, up on the box, looking through the actual curtains or whatever it is that go down in that B-bomb site is so hard. You have to be basically pre-firing that spot if you think someone's holding there. Because walking in and spotting them before they spot you, you can see now from Mouse's point of view how hard it could be. So 1-on-4 here, 10-5 looking like an almost inevitability here. And Mouse, he's got 7 health. He could sacrifice himself to the fire guard right now if he was feeling, you know, generous. But he's going to try and take the fight long range. Brave effort, but not going to be enough. At the end, it's a triple kill for Spitty, and we're looking at a 10-5 scoreline for the first half of the first map.
All things considered, with how things started out, I don't think that this is the end of the world for ESC coming out of this first half. I mean, 5 rounds? 5 rounds is acceptable. I mean, Ven, do you think that 5 rounds is enough for ESC to work with here in the second half?
It should be. But on the other hand, I don't think Penta are fretting about getting 10 rounds either on their CT side, because they did, after all, lose the pistol round. So, yeah, I think this is something both teams feel like they should be able to work with. It's not a dominating first half, but it's not a horrible one either. It's just, yeah, okay. And I think that's something both teams are fine with.
It's like average.
Yeah.
Well, second half is coming up right away. Actually started a little bit sooner than I thought here, and it's smokes and flashbangs right into the A-bomb site, and Penta going all in on it. We do have a pretty good position here from Rowland. He has to get a quick shot, otherwise he might end up going down. The grenade follow-up, it's a little bit too far, and it doesn't do nearly as much damage as it could have. But they get a good return kill at last, but not quite enough, it seems, as everybody on the ESC side is going to fall except for Minis here. 1-on-4. He's taken down one, making it a 1-on-3 now. A follow-up headshot. Is he going to realize Nex is here? He won't realize, and it might be too late by the time he does. He's trapped between a rock and a hard place. He's got one more grenade here. It can't kill either player, unfortunately. Fakes it once. He doesn't have the kit. This is so tough for Minis, but he's trying his very best, looking to find Nex. He's going to be going down. That was a really nice attempt from Minis.
That was a nice try, and I think he actually botched his nades twice. I think he wanted to throw the peg grenade one time, or, you know, a second earlier than what he did, and then he tried to get the smoke down towards City Spawn, because he would have cover from the stairs area or connector where he knew Nex was. So I think he would have liked to just go for the defuse, even though it's a 10-second defuse. But yeah, kind of botched that, but that round would have probably gone for Penta either way.
Yeah, and they aren't wasting any time this round either. Penta just straight out onto the B site. Innocent has got the scout. They've actually done some damage here to Penta, slowing things up, but then Penta roll in and take advantage of the rifles that they have to clear up this site. There's only Rollin left.
Yeah, Mouse coming in from short, but oh, he actually makes it through the smoke, but he can't get the shot. That was the perfect range for that C-set 75 that he picked up. Attempted the plant here. Rallin, perfect timing, gets the one, goes for the double. If he had taken Dennis with him, could have been pretty awkward. Overall, it's an expensive round for Penta. They do win it anyway, and because they are so close to winning the first map anyway, you know, yeah, expensive is bad, but they must still feel pretty good at this point.
Yeah, round is round, and I'm actually surprised they decided to go fast towards B, because as you said, obviously the argument for doing that is, well, if they pick up a scout, you don't want to exactly slow peek the guy, because that's gonna go horribly for you. But given how tight of a space it is and how strong pistols are, they could have easily ran into stack there. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And in my head, to go towards B during an anti-eco, so I'm surprised to see Penta do that, especially so quickly, so quick as they did.
Speaking of stacks, then
yeah, this is
there is one going on.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well. Even
without me drawing on the minimap, I'm sure the intelligent members of the audience can identify which bomb site is being talked about here. Yeah, Penta just, you know, confused, walking into the A bomb site, wondering where all the... I mean, Speedy's so anxious to find somebody, he actually burns himself for more than 60 damage just to get a kill on somebody, and there's nobody there. So that's a shame.
Which stack are we talking about? Because there was like a Penta stack and then there was an ESC stack. I'm confused. Which stack were we talking about there?
All of them similar.
All the stacks.
Is there a nice... I mean, the only other stack that I know about is the Finn stack, but I think that's from Dota 2, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, the Finn stack, the team, yeah.
Could there be one German stack, Polish stack? It doesn't sound quite as good as Finn stack for some reason.
There's an American stack, but that's pancakes.
Oh.
That's a fat stack.
Now we're bringing it to the next level. Nice shot here from Minis, and he gets a follow-up one. Is he going to save this AK? Probably be a really good idea to do that, in fact, and he's down to 20 health after that grenade, but will survive the round. 13-5. It is epic comeback time now for ESC if they want a chance here at winning their own map, which would be a good start to the day for them. Losing this their own map that's so devastating.
It's not pleasant, that's for sure. I mean, now you have to go into Dust 2. Penta are definitely going to be fired up after picking up Mirage. They're definitely comfortable on Dust 2. This is going to be a fun battle here for ESC to try and get their way back to that third map. I mean, it's all about the third map pretty much. If they were to lose this round right here,
it would be a nice opening kill onto Minis, who carried the AWP. Now they even get the boost into window here. Dennis can just walk right in, innocent. I don't think he realizes, especially because he actually catches a glimpse of the corner and sees nobody there. So this is really working against him. The timing is so good for Dennis. He maybe doesn't know that it is that good, but Innocent is moments away from getting killed. And if he does, it's going to be down to Mouse and Rallen here to see if they can do it. Now, the game is definitely on. Mouse, Rallen, they're the only two people holding this bomb site, especially Mouse here. Has to come up with at least 2 kills for this to really work out for them. He's waiting in a good angle here. Trying to take down Speedy. He's going to fall. Now it's on Rallen. So much to do, and there's no chance against Speedy when he's in that kind of mood. So Sparrow, the last man standing. 1-on-4. Gonna go down. Really well executed round from Penta. That worked pretty much all over the map.
Worked really well for them. I'm actually surprised that we saw Dennis jump out of CPL that quickly after he picked off Innocent, because obviously that gives the information, or Innocent is able to give that information to his teammates. I would have rather seen him kind of stuck around there for a tad bit more, because that could have forced more rotations from ESC and given easier picks for Penta. But yeah, they did a fine job of it.
That's a solid point. I'm also pretty impressed with the consistency across the board for Penta right now with the frags. Everybody's doing their work.
Oh, wait a minute. Sparrow.
Yeah, man, he's got that swag.
He's got the swag. If they jump out right in front of him, that might work out for him. Oh, but he only gets the tiny, tiny shot. Maybe he shot off like Nexus' pinky toe or something like that, but the rest of Nex stays intact, and that's probably the round done. I think they definitely need to save what they have left here. I wouldn't want them to see you go for it.
Well, it's back off and hold on to the guns and cross your fingers that you can go 10 rounds in a row pretty much. Hope that you can go 10 rounds in a row for overtime. ESC, though, they've got the AWP. I mean, that's pretty much everything they had going for them here, this AWP. And unfortunately, it wasn't in position to be able to stop that push from coming in.
Don't repeat. Don't fight it. This hope has to stay alive. And it's gone. That, in my opinion, is a big mistake.
The curse is real.
Yeah, that's a really big mistake. If you analyze that situation from a risk-reward point of view, and you think how much
it's never worth it.
Yeah, how much was to gain by doing it? You know, like a $300 kill bonus, and obviously the fact that they would have to rebuy an AK, but they have so much money, and then losing that rifle and not being able to rebuy it.
I guess it gained like 0.05 rating.
Yeah.
On HLTV, right?
It's true.
So that's something.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
So definitely not the smart thing to do from Minis, but it's a hard urge to resist. I think everyone's been in that situation where you feel like you can just go for one more guy, and if you get that guy, you know, everything is nice and dandy. But if you actually die, you feel like a bit of a dumbass.
Yeah, don't mince words, man. Just go commit.
Yeah.
I mean, because that really is it. Especially when he knows that he's gonna have to get across short from connector. Like he has to get past connector there. He's just boxed in. But this is a new round, and this time around, Innocent is going to give the entry frag to his team. So ESC have the edge now.
They made it their way into the whorehouse, and Minis is actually coming up behind. He's only got 7 health because he took the initial fight. Mouse is going to take down 1. Minis, perfect timing here, and Nex has fallen. This is finally looking like a good round for the Polish team, and they're going to have to play a flawless half from here on out to force overtime and then win it overtime. Sounds like a bit of a fantasy, but I mean, if you really believe, dreams come true, right? Thorin? Oh, he's not on, but if he was on, we need his input. Strux, 1-on-4.
1-on-4, and what is the answer? The answer is get out your bayonet and just fall on it.
Yeah, commit seppuku, pretty much, or Sudoku, as I guess Twitch chat would call it. Commit Sudoku, as Twitch chat would have it. But yeah, it's not a lot he can do. He's got 8 HP, so he might be able to get one, which is right there, picking up Minis. But yeah, I think he's going for the right move right here. He's doing what Minis didn't do.
Yeah. So, really good play. They saved the AWP, not that they couldn't have rebought it, but, you know, from ESC's, yeah. I mean, from ESC's point of view, they have 9 chances here to just get the right opening. They only need 1 right opening, and that's probably it. So, you know, just a little bit of more money, a little bit more buy round in there, and it's going to work out just fine for them. Minis going through underpass, even if he's not going to spot anyone, which we can tell he won't, there's a lot of information. All they need now is to react to that information properly and realize, wait a minute, there's something wrong.
It's unfortunate for Penta that they didn't actually catch him jumping out, because I think Dennis was just a hair too late to actually catch Minis coming out of that window. And Minis is actually getting into a really dangerous position for Penta. If they don't realize that he's where he's at, he's going to do a lot of bad things to the Germans.
That's true, but Dennis has also made his way quite far up without anyone spotting him. So if Strux makes a little bit of noise and somebody looks at the wrong angle, this is between Dennis and Minis, I think. Not sure who's going to come out on top. You can see Dennis looking all over the place.
Minis. Look at this.
And that's the
he drops the bomb carrier.
Very well done indeed. Spitty coming in, though, is going to take down Mouse. It's actually turning around on them. It's Minis, the only one left. Oh, no! 1-on-3. He goes down, and it's a 16-6 victory for Penta. After that great positional play, that's what happens. Ven, how did that even come to happen?
Oh, God knows. I thought that round was signed, sealed, delivered from Minis the second he picked off the bomb carrier, really. And I think it was, I can't remember who played close to Pit, but I think it might have been Mouse who picked up a frag as well.
Yeah, Mouse.
So with those 2 pickups, I figured, you know, surely that's it. Especially with them, it seemed like Innocent, who was playing from jungle, had a good idea that, you know, things are about to happen from Connector as well. This is going to be an ace play, given Minis had picked up so information just by, you know, going that track from underpass up in BFs and around from T-spawn. So they kind of knew what was going on, but for some reason they weren't able to respond properly, bar Mouse and Minis.
All right. Well, in that case, guys, we are going to go to just a really, really quick break. So please don't go too far. We are going to be back in just about 5 minutes. So stay tuned to the channel here. It's the second map coming up on Dust 2, and you're watching the ESL Pro League.